if you can get into certain positions on that map as a Protoss player, I think it kind of varies depending on where you're attacking or where your opponent decides to expand, etc. But getting, for example, behind the mineral line of your opponent's third, oh, it's beautiful. It's so juicy. Even behind the fourth expansion, it's just it almost feels like as a Protoss player an automatic snipe off with a recall. You can just easily snipe off those hatcheries and just recall out, suffer very few losses. There's small little areas on that map, so I feel like that could be a good map for putting on the aggression. Whereas Coda, I really do just kind of like it as, Protoss player, sit back, macro it out a little bit. Just be a little bit on the safer side. You can take a nice easy third, fourth, etc.
Yep. So let's see where the players are going to be doing it from. We do have here the Blue Zerg spawning on the upper left-hand side, fresh off his 2-1 victory against PandaBearMe. He's going to look to try to punch his ticket to the round of 8. Playing for Team Gravity, guys, it is Gamja.
And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. Representing Team Spectre, it is KellerMaN. I feel like the KellerMaN show would make for a good talk show.
That's because it sounds like Letterman.
That's actually, you know what, Droopy, you're reading my mind. You're reading my subconscious. You know how I'm thinking. You're just calling me out on it. You're just like, no hesitation. You're like, that's just because it sounds like Letterman. What are you talking about?
You didn't come up with anything fancy there, dude.
Oh my god, I can always count on you to keep me honest, man. I thought I sounded so smart. I was like, this really does sound like the name of a talk show. You should consider opening it up. But what he is going to be opening up with is a very interesting gateway expansion. I assume gateway expansion, but gateway wall off at the front. This is like super old school style.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, the only thing that can be older than that is a Forge Fast expand, right?
The only thing that could be older than the current way that KellerMaN is walling off is if he walled off with the pylon as a part of the wall off. Because that was the way that people used to do it back in Wings of Liberty beta. And then we started to realize, bailing busts are kind of scary. And we started walling off with a gateway and the cybernetics core. Now, I don't think that we're going to be seeing a cybernetics core going down over there, but yeah. Gateway expands. He sends out that probe, sees, oh, you're expanding too. You're not going for a spawning pool first. Okay, cool. I can delay my cyber core. I can just throw down my expansion and play it out in a nice, good old-fashioned macro, semi-macro oriented. We're not going to make any judgments about what happens like the 8-minute mark. Could always see a 2-base all-in, but for now, just macroing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I like the decision of the Protoss here to just kind of play reactively, see what you can get away with. Because, as much as I kind of mentioned earlier that the Protoss do tend to set the tone when it comes to TVZ because the Zerg kind of wants to get away with greed, really early game, there's still that small amount of time where Zergs can 6-pull you, 10-pull you, 14-14, something like that, the Protoss does have to watch out for. And then, of course, beyond that period, that window, then the Protoss, kind of have sort of the game's pace in their control. So KellerMaN taking that earlier expo, and Gamja here, how's he opening up? Looks like very much gasless for the Zerg.
Yeah, just gasless, 3 hatcheries, pretty standard stuff coming out from both these players. Now, what I'm really interested in is the gas counts for KellerMaN. Still sitting on 1 gas geyser. Normally, a lot of Protoss players will like to take 1 or 2 of their gas geysers early. You'll try and take like 1 or 2 of their gas geysers fairly early on, and then around 5-ish minutes to 4:30 to like 5:30, you want to start taking those extra gas geysers. He's not doing that, and he's going for the gateway wall off with 2 extra gateways. I almost feel like he has an opportunity to do some really nice gateway aggression just with how many minerals he's mining right now.
Well, if there's another 2 gateways that go down after this,
oh, that would be insane.
then we know what's up. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. Just no, it is. Huh? It is the case. in fact.
Oh,
And this is oh lord, that's 6 gateways. Is there gonna be a 7th? Oh, there it is.
all right.
There
7
it is.
gateways. Can we get an 8? I'll take an 8 for $500. 150 minerals. On the
$600
8. No.
now.
$600. Yeah, this is okay. So for those who are not familiar with this is a 7 gate. This is very all in. This is also what Scarlet used to take out Don Rigu at an MLG Anaheim 2013. But reason why I bring that up is because this is an insanely scary push. This is all about raw brute force power. Just sentries, you know what, Droopy? Sentries don't do damage. Sentries are a support unit. We don't build support units with our 7 gates. No. We build Zealots and Stalkers, and we do damage. Gamja's going to be scouting out the pylon. He's going to realize there's aggression coming, but does he realize how much aggression's coming?
Well, we got to look at Gamja's vision to see that, and well, he does. He's got, well, in his vision, you can see just a lot of blue balls everywhere in the in the main base of KellerMaN, and so he's been putting up spines where he can. He's gonna have a Roach Warren finishing up here, but before that can all happen, he's gonna start facing the attack over here at the 3rd base. KellerMaN moving in with Zealots and Stalkers. These 2 spines now done, gonna be huge in helping defend this 3rd.
Look at the Stretch Armstrong spine crawlers doing so much work over here. And look, oh my god, KellerMaN. He is so smart. Dude, he needs to open up his own talk show because he's just that smart. He goes to the natural expansion. Why do I need to fight 2 spine crawlers? I can just win the game and kill off your natural. Who cares whether I kill your natural or your 3rd? I'm killing a base.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, as far as KellerMaN's concerned, he doesn't see speedlings yet. So he's not worried about getting sandwiched by defender's advantage with the Lings coming out and surrounding these units. Now he's added on some sentries as well. So some timed force fields here can very much help out as the drones are being pulled here to try to get us around.
Oh,
and Gamja here on the ropes right now.
Yeah, and you can tell when the Zerg player is trying to defend and the force fields are saying, no. You're trapped in here with me. You thought you were setting up a flank. No. You're just bringing more units to me. Force fields the roaches in, takes out more and more of them, and Gamja is drastically down on the worker supply. The longer this game goes on, the better KellerMaN's army is going to be over Gamja's. Gamja just can't support massive roach production that you need to defend against a 7 gate.
Yeah, I mean, Gamja just doesn't have the mining he needs, and there is that. GG, and the 7 gate all-in was very successful. 1-0 lead for KellerMaN.
KellerMaN's first guest on the KellerMaN show should be Gamja. Just to rub it in, because that's how dominating that game was. KellerMaN brings Gamja on for the first show and does an interview and does, you know, all the typical caster questions at the end of a game. How did that game make you feel? Were you at all worried when all of my units were coming in and you thought that you were defended, but then I moved to your natural and I just murdered everything over there instead, and then you tried to defend with the flank, but then I just murdered everything instead? Like, that is how that game felt to me. That was KellerMaN and just absolute domination.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard. I mean, I know players will do this anyways, but it's so difficult to defend this kind of an all-in when you open the way Gamja did. And, you know, you rely on spines to help out, but they can't be everywhere. And they can't move, you know? I mean, they can technically, but they're not going to be able to attack while moving, so...
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that I think Gamja could do and be more wary of is, with those kinds of attacks to 7 gate, one of the biggest things in shutting down a 7 gate is just stop it from getting started. If you can find the probe, if you can be very adamant about searching for those probes out on the map, making sure the proxy bombs don't get set up until the army has moved all the way across the map, and then the pylon starts, and then you wait for the pylon to finish, and then you finally get that first warp in. Suddenly, those spine crawlers that were building when KellerMaN was pushing in, they're done. All those Zerglings that were waiting to pop out, they're done. They're there. They're ready to defend. That makes a world of difference in that defense. So if Gamja can try and find and shut down those pushes a bit earlier on, because I mean, realistically, KellerMaN was not impeded at all in getting that push started. I think that would make the biggest difference in Gamja's holding.
Absolutely. And this is an opportunity for him to do it here. Vonnie Research Station for game number 2.